tell us about creativiDAD project.
Yeah. 2018, I'll become a dad, and I'm super concerned about like how am I gonna be? How can I create? Like this is nearly impossible. I want to be a quality dad. I can't, but I don't have any sleep. I'm trying to figure out all these things. I'm determined to be an art, to remain an artist. So staying up late, that's not sustainable. And then my son starts having some fine motor skills that I can work with, and I'm putting pencils, crayons, markers in his hand and using a piece of paper that's big enough for both of us to create on. And I'm realizing like, oh, like I'm doing everything with him. He's doing his tummy time while he's, scribbling, or he's crawling to different materials, and I'm there. I'm not missing anything, and we're still making. He starts getting older, and I see that he's starting to take initiative. He wants to make, and so that encourages me to make. Now he's 5, and he has 2 stations set up in the house where he can go to and create. One that has like painting and it's like his painting booth, and the other one's like a dry erase table where he's just pumping and cycling through ideas. And all the while he's showing them to me. He's asking me what can he work on. He's asking me for advice, and I'm thinking like, oh, there's something here that maybe can be tapped into.
Yeah, for sure.
Then, the entire time leading up to becoming a father, and then, growing with my boy, being home with him during the summer, you see all the mommy and me events, and I'm hella jealous. I'm thinking like, yeah, where's the daddy in me? Like, I want to do some stuff too. And of course, we're invited to those things, but unfortunately, the societal narrative is that dads don't want to do those things, right? So they don't exist, because why offer somebody something that they don't want? And so I wanted to change that. I wanted to say that that's not the case. There are fathers who want to do something different, but we need to offer them that opportunity. And so in comes creativiDAD project. I partner with a local arts council, received some funding through a grant, partner with the local library so that I have a space that I can work in. A place that's considered accessible. That's my thing. When I'm talking about these projects, is how am I making art accessible? This goes back to what you said, Miguel. Like, NFTs provides that place for people to be seen. So that's accessibility. I want these families to know that, like, I'm not trying to make something unaffordable, and I'm not trying to make something that you have to go out of your way. I'm putting it right inside the public library of your town and saying it's free. All you have to do is register and meet me there. And, we've done 8 workshops up until this point. I've made some friendships. I've had some repeat families come to different events. I've had some families follow me to different libraries. And then you said, Miguel, he said you met me at Bueno when I was talking. I was one of the winners for their recent Genesis fund opportunity. And I did a workshop last night. So I partnered with a yoga studio, had 10 families there. And we were doing artwork together that was based on a humankind art project. And during that time, I was just able to lead these families through the workshop. And so if your next question is what does a workshop look like, I don't know if I'm stepping on the toes there, but I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, please.
If you've ever been to a paint nights guide you step by step on how to create a painting. This is not that. I want the families to explore their experimentation, and for parents to surrender control and feel like in the moment is really important to me. So all I do is I show them my example. I show them an example of what my son and I create together, and then I provide the families with the material. And for that hour, they're just making, and that's the most important. That's the most important part for me. Is that they're just taking this moment to not only make art but make a memory.